Namaste, this is Dr. Rukma Rajendran from Divine Veda. Divine Veda as a team is on for a mission to make Ayurveda heard throughout the world. We need your support for that. And Divine Veda is giving gift vouchers worth 1000 rupees for an active subscriber in every week. As our last week's active subscriber was Mr. Mayur Utekar, and in this video we'll be announcing who is this week's active subscriber. Please watch this video till the end to know who is that active subscriber. The pregnant women or Garbhini plays an important role in producing, bearing, caring and nourishment of the child. Ayurveda has mentioned special aspects regarding the paricharya of the stree, such as Garbhini paricharya, that is antenatal care, Sutika paricharya, that is postnatal care. The main aim of Garbhini paricharya is to avoid hazardous effects on the fetus, to promote normal growth and development of the fetus, to conduct normal delivery without any complications to the mother as well as to the fetus. Some essential elements or ingredients for the formation of embryo are called as Garbha Sambhava Samagri. They are Ritu, Kshetra, Bija, and Ambu. The more details about Ritu, that is the fertility period or the fertility cycle, you can find in our previous video. Kshetra is disease-free healthy Garbhashayam, that is the uterus. For healthy implantation and growth of the Garbha, the Kshetra should be in a healthy condition. It should be devoid of any diseases or any infections. An unhealthy womb will not allow proper implantation and the growth of the child. Ambu, that is the nutrition for the growth of the fetus. The nourishment to the fetus is offered through the Ahara Rasa, that is the essence of nutrition of the mother through the fetal circulation. This nutrition is essential for the fetus to develop and grow in the womb properly and proportionally. If this nutrition to the embryo is cut off, the fetus does not grow properly, or one can find stunted growth or malformation. The concept of fetal circulation. When the child is in the mother's womb, a special type of circulation takes place, which enables the growth and development of the fetus in proper way. This is called as fetal circulation. Since the fetus cannot take its own food independently, it has to depend on the mother's food for nourishment. So, the nutrients and the oxygen should reach the fetus through the mother's blood, and the carbon dioxide and the metabolites must be taken away by the mother's blood itself. To carry out these two complex functions, the circulation must be established between mother and the fetus. The exchange center for this type of circulation is the Jarayu, that is the placenta. The circulation takes place through the blood vessels of the mother, draining and receiving through the umbilical cord of the fetus, that is the Nabi. After birth, the umbilicus of the fetus remains as a scar and the cord is cut off. Later on, that scar will develop into a proper umbilicus or navel. Bija. For a healthy garbha to be formed, its seed, that is sperm, from which it is derived, should be healthy in terms of quality as well as quantity. A diseased or mutilated sperm cannot produce a healthy offspring. The semen or the sperm is the most important component helpful in the formation of garbha. If there is any problem with any one of these four factors, the child born will not be at the best of his health. The formation of zygote and embryo and subsequent development of the embryo into the fetus in various stages of development and maturity over a period of 9 months is called as garbha in Ayurveda. This whole process is termed as Garbha Vakranti or Garbha Utpatti. In the first month of pregnancy, following fertilization and implantation of the embryo in the uterine cavity, that is in the garbhashayam, and it forms a mass of cells. In second month of pregnancy, formation of compact mass, and here the sex of the child is also determined in the second month of pregnancy. In the third month of pregnancy, 5 buds are formed, which includes 2 upper limbs, 2 lower limbs, and one head. The organs and their structures also starts forming indistinctly. That is, there is unclear manifestation of organs and their structures in this month. In the fourth month of pregnancy, Anga Pratyangas are distinctly developed. That is, the organs are started developing. In fifth month of pregnancy, there will be progressive development of the mind. In the sixth month of pregnancy, the development of buddhi, that is, the intelligence, is seen. In seventh month of pregnancy, the fetal body parts are completely developed. In eighth month of pregnancy, the instability of ojas, that is, the immunity gets disturbed and will be unstable. In the ninth month of pregnancy, complete development of the fetus occurs. Sadhyo Garbha Lakshana. Immediately after the conception, some signs and symptoms are seen in pregnant women, and these are called as Sadhyo Garbha Lakshana. Morning sickness, nausea, vomiting, excessive salivation, goosebumps, drowsiness, tiredness, heaviness of the body, fatigue, excessive thirst, Vyakta Garbha Lakshana. That is, when the embryo gets implanted in the uterus and it manifests certain signs and symptoms of pregnancy. These are called as Vyakta Garbha Lakshana. They are amenorrhea, vomiting, anorexia, aversion to food, nausea, heaviness of the body and the abdomen, certain cravings of the foods, edema of the feet, development of linea nigra, blackish discoloration of lips, areola and nipples, weakness of the eyes and voice, sleepiness, secretion of breast milk, and also Dauhrida Avastha. Dauhrida means women having two hearts, that is, one heart of her own and the other heart of embryo developing in her. Masanumasika Lakshana. As the fetus grows in womb, different signs and symptoms are seen in every month of the pregnancy, and these are called as Masanumasika Lakshana. In Ayurveda, the signs of late pregnancy will be manifested after 3 months. In fourth month, heaviness of the body. As in the fourth month of pregnancy, the fetus gets stabilized. Due to this, the weight of fetus increases comparatively. As a result, the woman feels more weight in the body. It is the month or the stage where we can see the proper signs of Dauhridavastha. It is the same concept as that of the fetal circulation. The fetal heart is connected to maternal heart through Rasavahi Srotas. Child communicates its desire through these channels. Pregnant women expresses certain desires during this period, which are actually desires of the fetus. These desires of the fetus are expressed through expectant mothers and are called as Dauhrita. Here only the pregnancy cravings comes. These desires of the pregnant women, that is Dauhrita, should not be suppressed. In fact, they should be fulfilled. If desires are not fulfilled, Vata gets aggravated, reaches the fetus and destroys the fetus or cause several complications. In the fifth month of pregnancy, the women will be emaciated, and in fetus, muscles and blood gets nourished and enriched. Since these nourishments or the nutritions reaches to the fetus from the mother, there will be insufficient rasa to nourish the tissues of mother. But if the diet and health of the pregnant woman is normal, she gains considerable weight from 4th to 7th month. Hence, there will not be any emaciation signs. In the 6th month of pregnancy, the Garbhini will suffer from loss of strength and complexion, and also she feels more tired. This is because there is enhancement of strength and complexion in the fetus, which is derived in excess from mother's nutrition. For this, the Garbhini can apply some Mukha Lepas. In 7th month of pregnancy, the Garbhini will feel more exhausted. She also has relatively more loss of flesh and blood during this month. This happens since the fetus attains over all maturity in the month. In 8th month of pregnancy, during this time, the essence of life and ojas starts flowing back and forth between mother and the baby. In this period, the women will feel more exhausted. In ninth month of pregnancy, according to Ayurveda, the baby will develop in its full term. In our next video, we'll be discussing about the month-wise care of the Garbhini, diet, lifestyle changes, yoga, herbs, panchakarma therapies which can be followed in pregnancy. Now it's time to announce our this week's lucky subscriber. The active lucky subscriber for this week is Mr. Srikanth Kulkarni. The lucky winner should get in touch with Divine Veda team immediately by sending an email to contact@divineveda.com. Thank you, sir, for your wholehearted support, and we expect the same in our upcoming videos as well. Dear subscribers, please like, share, and subscribe our channel and content. Do comment us on which topic you want us to discuss in our upcoming videos. Stay connected with Divine Veda. This is me, Dr. Rukma Rajendran, signing off. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Thanks for watching.